Hey, good morning. Welcome to Main Street TV on this Wednesday. We're doing away with the month of April. Tomorrow will be the first day of May already.
I'm excited.
How cool is that, right? That's okay. So it's also, we need to know how we're going to celebrate today. Today is National Potato Head Day. Did you know that?
No, I had no clue.
Okay, and also it's National Hairstylist Appreciation Day, so we would like to say a big hello to all our beauticians out there. And National Oatmeal Cookie Day, which, by the way, sounds bland, but it's one of my favorites, so it tells you a whole lot about me. But one of the things we want to do is talk about some wonderful things that are going to be happening very near in our future. As a matter of fact, this weekend, right?
Saturday, yes.
Yes, we're talking with Jennifer Littlejohn from Raised Around Rio Farms Market. So
and Artisan Market, don't forget our
artisans. And the
artisans.
Artisan Market,
don't
that's
forget
true.
My artisans.
Okay, so and the big event, I think it's, what is it, the opening for the whole season this Saturday?
Yes, it is. It starts at 10 o'clock and runs till 2. We normally have a longer day, but I normally have a food truck from, I think they're from London, Ohio. It was called the Wicked Lobster. But this year I decided not to have outside food trucks, just to do local community food trucks.
Okay.
So we're doing a shorter day because a few of them have other places to go to that evening. So
right.
We're doing a shorter version.
Okay, so this is Raised Around Rio Farmers Market and the Artisan
Market, yes.
Yeah, Artisan Market. And this is going to be the grand opening. I notice you have Smoke 'em Up Barbecue is going to be there.
Yes, he's very, very good. He does wonderful brisket.
Okay.
So we're all excited about that.
And lots and lots of displays, places that they can browse, spend some money.
Very much. I think I have 22 this year, just at Rio Grande.
Let's talk about Mama Duck's Apothecary. That's close to your heart, isn't it?
Very close to my heart. That is my baby.
Uh-huh.
I told Jen last fall how it got started, but since I haven't met you until today, I'll give you a little brief description on
Wonderful.
how that. 13 years ago, actually 25 days ago, 13 years ago, I lost my son to suicide.
Okay.
I was in a very deep depression, needed to get out of it. So a very close friend of mine, Courtney Lowry, she said, let's get you into something to get you out of your depression. So we started working with just regular soap. Then I found out my daughter was lactose intolerant, and I went and purchased a couple goats, and I had all this extra milk left over, and I'm like, what in the world am I going to do? Because I'm talking gallons of milk, and I didn't know what to do with it. So somebody said, hey, put it in because it helps with eczema, psoriasis, winter dry itch, and a few other issues. So I started doing that, and that was 11 years ago. I started with the goat's milk soap.
And you call that, what, Sherwood Forest?
That is my farm that we call it, Sherwood Forest Farms. Yes, yes. But it's my little business is just Mama Duck's Apothecary, where I am. In the United States, I'm nothing, but if I went to Europe or Asia, I would be a certified herbalist. But I still consider myself a certified herbalist here in the United States.
All right. And, of course, I know there's our family, of course, being raised on an orchard. My dad always had goats.
Right.
And he would use goats also as a really good mowing machine.
Yes, they are. But a lot of people think they'll eat everything. No, they won't. No, they will not.
I know, but they do eat most everything.
Yes,
though.
Yes, they do.
Most everything. Let's talk about some of the other displays that are going to be there. Cozy Crumb is going to be there.
That is actually my daughter.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, she has baked prior to, and she took a break and finished school. She just graduated high school a couple years ago, and she's a hairstylist.
Okay, wonderful.
But she's decided to take a little break from that because she's expecting, and the chemicals were making her sick. So she's a little extra income coming in, and she's back to baking again.
Well, wonderful.
Yes.
Cozy Crumb, remember that, right?
Yes, yes.
So we'll
Very
have to remember
good chocolate chip cookies.
And we have the Vogelsong Farms. They have all kinds of goodies, right?
Very good. For, they will have flowers coming in, and I think he has a few vegetables, but he is my main produce person throughout the year, and he actually grows all of it on his farm over in Apple Grove, West Virginia.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we have H&M Homesteads, which has all kinds of
Jams
jellies and goodies.
She has corn cob jelly. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It actually tastes like buttered corn. It's fabulous. I mean, it's shocking how well. And she does wine jellies, fruit jellies, chutneys. She does all kinds of jellies and jams and jellies.
And also we have the Honeybee Hollow Farms with their honey goodies.
Local honey. You
Right.
got best for your allergies.
There's going to be some artisans there as well.
Yes.
And we'll have to talk about those maybe later. Hidden Valley Bakery with some Amish donuts.
The big, huge wagon wheel Amish donuts. We're very excited for them.
Wonderful. And then we have LJ Design with some jewelry, right?
She's been doing that for a very long time. The little delicate beads, but some of them are, I don't know what you call them, crystals and different things, but it's very, very beautiful jewelry.
Okay. And you got to have the bagel lady, too. Oh, yeah.
She makes the best coffee cake as well. Not just her bagels, her everything bagels. Oh my gosh, toasted with cream cheese and bacon. Good breakfast.
We have some Pearland's Creations. They do some neat things, recycle things, right?
Yes, she is a retired teacher from Buckeye Hills Career Center, and this is what she's doing for her retirement.
Oh, cool.
Very nice, yes.
Mama Bear's Creations will be there, I hope.
She is doing gluten-free goodies.
Okay.
Along with a little bit of sourdough.
Okay. And then we have the Bit of Everything, which...
She has a little bit of everything.
Everything.
A lot of different T-shirts and hoodies and stuff. She does a lot of tie-dye.
The Appalachian Baker. Now, there we go. That sounds delicious.
She is very good. We had a little scare with her this year. We just found out she has cancer. Mm-hmm. She's going to only pop in as she can.
Okay.
She's not going to be one of my faithful, but she is a faithful person.
Right.
Just when she feels like it.
Bugs and Bees Crafts.
Have you ever had baklava before?
Yes.
I have never, ever, until her name is Bambi Harris. She brought me a piece and she says, "You got to try this." I'm addicted. That stuff is amazing.
It is.
I've never had it before. I was like, "Oh, what is this?"
It's wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Kindred Apothecary is going to be there, hopefully.
Yes. She's my little witchy girl. She's doing all kinds of different jewelry, but she also has witchy bells and witchy balls, just a little fun stuff.
J&J Creations will have a lot to pick from.
She's my new one this
Okay.
year. So I'm excited for her because I haven't actually had her products as in wearing them, but I'm excited to see them.
And, of course, Grit and Grace Custom Designs.
She is one of my new ones as well. So
Okay,
I'm excited
wonderful.
for her as well.
And there's going to be people there to give out information. I know the Gallia County Department of Job and Family Services will be there, hopefully.
I have worked my tail off over the wintertime getting not only the Area on Aging, but Health Department, the WIC program, Job and Family Services. I'm also having a few different museums come in and explain what they have.
Wonderful.
And some different organizations like the Emancipation. And you guys are from MacArthur's, but what's your, I'm blank.
Dayton County Convention and Business.
Okay, we're doing the Gay County Convention Center. They're coming out to do as well.
Okay.
So I've really worked. A lot of people think that my job starts in April and ends the day after. I don't get a day off, and this is all volunteer work. I do not get paid a dime to do all of this.
Okay.
So.
But it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, it's going to be a very great day. It's going to be a great season. I'm excited.
Okay. So once again, Jennifer, let's give everybody the detailed information on the time, the dates, and the location.
Location is North College Avenue. If you know anything about Rio Grande is here. OVB Bank is here. The
Right.
little road right here is called North College Avenue. I close it down every Wednesday around 2:30 to 8 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
And it will run from, May the 3rd, which is Saturday, which will jump to Wednesdays only after
Okay.
through September 3rd. Every Wednesday from 4 to 7.
Okay, so if they can't make the opening, which we hope they can Saturday, they can stop by every Wednesday.
Yes, yes.
All right.
And I do have another little thing.
Sure. Wonderful.
I opened up another farmer's market.
Okay.
It is in the village of Vinton. It's called Vinton's Creek Edge Farmers and Artisan Market again, and we're open on Tuesdays, same time,
Okay.
4 to 7.
Okay. You're going to be busy.
Yes, very.
That's wonderful. Once again, Jennifer Littlejohn, and we thank you for sharing all that information. And we're looking forward to seeing all the good stuff that's going to be there.
Thank you. I
Saturday.
can't wait to see your face there one time, too.
Okay. We'll work on that.
Yes,
How's that?
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, we're going to be back with more on our Wednesday edition of Main Street TV. Stay with us.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Saturday, August 16th is Southern Rock Woodstock in the Gallipolis Fairgrounds. This event will feature 3 decades of original artists and legends, such as Leonard Skinner, 38 Special, and Molly Hatchet. In light of this event, Total Media will be giving away 4 VIP tickets. For a chance to win these exclusive passes, comment your favorite Southern Rock song, and our staff will vote on which one is the best. Good luck, and may the best man rock out.
And we're back on our Wednesday edition of Main Street TV, and we have some more guests. We want to welcome Tiffany Klein.
Hi.
How are you doing? And also Audie Games. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Audie, thank you. Thank you for being with us. We're going to be talking about something that's going to be happening this week.
Yes, Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. And, of course, in concert with the Vinton County Wild Turkey Festival. Lots of activities going to be happening in MacArthur. That's the place to be this week in MacArthur. And we want to talk about the Jaja Beer Garden, and you've got a fundraiser happening, right?
Yeah, we are having a beer garden to raise funds for our project for the Hotel MacArthur. We're also part of the Vinton County Convention and Visitors Bureau and the Wild Turkey Festival Committee.
Let's talk about, before we get into the event, let's talk about the hotel, because that's a landmark.
Yes.
And it's been there, since about 1840? I'm pretty
don't know.
sure.
I think so.
I think, right, because in its heyday was like from 1840 to 1940, and then things started to go awry. But the Hotel MacArthur has this wonderful, rich history, and it's super good news to hear that, the Vinton County is making an effort to restore it back to its glory days. Of course, it was involved in the trafficking of slaves, and it has really just a wonderful history. And if you look at the hotel and the way that it was made back then, they had not plaster, but it was called, you remember that? Horsehair plaster.
Yeah.
And of course, you don't see that anymore. And of course, it wasn't really horsehair, but they called it horsehair plaster. It has, if I'm just going by memory, it has like 4 different thicknesses of bricks on it. It's built to last.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very sturdy.
Very sturdy, and has a wonderful heritage. And so this event is going to be taking place at Jaja's Beer Garden. And again, when is it going to happen?
It's going to be Friday from 4 to 11 and Saturday from 2 to 11.
Okay.
On Friday, we have Gavin Payne playing in the hotel yard after the Gypsy Kings play at the Wild Turkey Festival.
Okay.
Saturday, after the parade, Charlie Mannering will be playing in the hotel yard.
Okay. And people can stop by, relax after a big day, or at least a respite during the Wild Turkey Festival, and relax and refresh and have a chance to help with this project.
Yes. Yes.
So, are there any other? So, how can they help? I mean, just stopping by and.
Stop by, get you a beer, and enjoy yourself. It's just that simple.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's a great fundraiser, and it's going to help with all the endeavors that we're trying to overcome with this hotel.
Okay. Because the renovation of the MacArthur Hotel is, if I remember correctly, is like $2.5 million. It's
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be about like that. And of course, as all restoration projects, and I've been involved in some, it starts out at 2.5, but you never know. But hopefully, with some help from the community, and that's really important, this thing will happen.
We have a wonderful grant manager, and he's already started applying for other grants because
Okay.
the AMLR grant isn't going to be enough.
Right, I know, but it's a start.
Yes.
So those people that haven't been in the MacArthur Hotel, can you go in it now, or is it closed off?
No, it's closed.
It's closed?
Now, we have our CVB office there, so we have
There's one part that's
one
open.
part
Yeah.
we use for the office.
And as you
CVB.
used to have a beautiful staircase, grand staircase in
Yes.
it, and
Yeah.
It
it's
still does.
it still does.
I mean, it's still in very good shape. It's
Okay.
just no one living there now.
Okay, and of course, at one time I remember it was blue. Is it going to
Oh, yeah.
is it going to remain blue?
I don't think so.
Oh,
It's
good.
no longer blue.
Okay, okay, it was blue at one time. I remember
Hopefully
that.
be brick again.
Okay, we're working the blue out. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, they stop by Friday from when to when?
4 to 11,
4 to 11, and then on Saturday from 2
2 to 11.
to 11. You can stop by any time during that, and some good food going on too.
Oh, yeah. The Turkey Festival has amazing food this year.
I know. So, once again, let's talk a little bit about, if you can, about your Vinton County Convention and Visitors Bureau. I know this is not the only project that's going on, but the main thing is to get people to understand what a wonderful place Vinton County is to visit.
Yes. Yes.
Well, no, it definitely is. And I mean, just to kind of piggyback on your last guest, we're all volunteer. We do everything we do
Right.
volunteer. So it's a lot of time and energy and rolling up of sleeves. And we do a few events throughout the year. We're involved with the Turkey Festival, so we're on that committee as well. And we have also had Midnight at Moonville Festival. That's one that we've involved with, and we're actually moving that this year to Zaleski, so it should hopefully have its permanent home in Zaleski. But
Okay.
we're working with the town of Zaleski, the village of Zaleski, to coordinate that this year. And we have other events where we just kind of jump into and involve. The Sofa Rally, the rally car that drives through Chillicothe, Scioto County, I think, Ross County, Benton
Right.
County. So we're involved with that. We're trying to be a little more involved with that because that draws tourism, that draws a lot of people. We're also involved with the Back Roads of Appalachia. They're going to be having their starting point and their check-ins at the Wild Turkey Festival. So we've kind of tried to facilitate that a lot. And
Okay,
that'll bring
good.
a lot of tourists in too, for sure.
Now, you said your offices are in
In the hotel.
Hotel MacArthur. I remember tales of the hotel being haunted.
Yes.
So, do we have any stories here? Do we have any confirmation that?
I don't know. Do you have any stories? That'd be
No,
great
I
to
don't really
add to
don't.
the-
I mean, I've heard of Moonville as
Right.
and that can be a little spooky at times. I've never spent a lot of time in the hotel, but I heard it was haunted. I just wondered
You
since
hear
you're
all kinds of stories
Yeah.
about what people hear.
Yeah,
right.
you do. There's
Okay.
a lot of people that have stayed there and just kind of hung out there, and they say they hear and do things. And
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't register with me when I'm there, but maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, some people are more susceptible. Their antenna is up,
Yeah,
and when your antenna's up, you're going to receive
definitely.
some
yeah.
signals. Yeah.
Definitely.
But anyway, I just wanted to know. But that is actually, a positive because that is an attraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Moonville, there's sayings that there is some.
The lavender
Spirits
lady
involved
and
there.
all that.
All right. So
The Brakeman, I think that's one of the other
Right.
stories. Yeah.
okay. So anyway, okay. I just thought maybe, you had some photographs or recordings or
Yeah.
not yet.
Not yet.
No,
I'm sure people do though. No,
Yeah.
people have stories.
Okay.
And they seem really valid. Like they
Okay.
seem very serious. So.
Okay. All right. So once again, the Hotel MacArthur is in the process of being renovated,
Yes.
restored and renovated. So that takes money, and one of the things the Vinton County Visitors Bureau is doing is to get involved in this, and we're in the midst of the Wild Turkey Festival. You can pause,
Yes.
go to the beer garden, relax, and help out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, enjoy bring your good food with you, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have tables set up and you can just relax for a little bit.
Sounds like a wonderful thing. Once again, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Let's give them the times and the location and everything again, please.
It will be Friday from 4 to 11 and it's behind the hotel in the backyard, and
Okay.
then Saturday from 2 to 11.
Okay.
Definitely. Can't miss it.
All
It's
right.
a giant hotel.
It's just around the
Middle of
corner
town,
from the
yeah.
festival.
See you at the festival and also at the beer garden, too.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Jennifer, Audie, thank you so much. And we're going to be back with more on Main Street TV. Stay with us.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
And we're back at Main Street TV on our Wednesday edition. And by the way, there's always tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be having Josh Willett
Yep.
at the movies.
Yep. He'll be talking about all the new movies coming out and the ones that are also currently out.
Okay. And he knows his movies.
Yes.
He also knows his music.
Yeah.
So hey, a couple of things before we get into something that's I'm involved in, which is the Wellston High School alumni.
Yep.
Want to also shout out the Sons of American Legion Post 371. It's having their annual golf tournament very, very soon now. It's going to be Saturday, June the 7th, and that'll be at Franklin Valley Golf Course in Jackson, of course. Registration is from 8 in the morning till 8:30. They'll have a shotgun start at 8:30. The cost is only $240 for a team. That includes your skin game. And also food and beverages will be there. They'll have some cash prizes for the first and second place team. First place team gets $240. Woohoo! And $120 in cash for the second place team. And if you would like to have more information, you can contact, of course, stop by the Legion and ask them more about it. The Wellston Post, 371 of the Legion on Pennsylvania Avenue. You can also contact Matt Lusk, Jim Pope, or Chris Henry.
Yeah.
And give them a call for that, and they'll be able to help you out as well. And another thing that's going to be happening, and not too many days from right now, I think the date is May 24th, Saturday, is the Wellston High School Alumni Association's Alumni Banquet.
Oh, awesome.
Ta-da. And I am the alumni president. It's a long story how I got to do that. It's an ugly story. I was tricked into this, by the way, by John Darrow, who we've never spoken since, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. John's a good friend of mine. And this year, as we've done the last several years, the banquet part is a buffet, but we'll be featuring prime rib.
Oh.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
There'll be chicken or turkey. There's going to be shrimp cocktails. There's all kinds of Wellington beef bites or whatever they're called. There's a salad bar. There's a dessert bar. They'll have all kinds of drinks. One of our sponsors that helps us, Jim Beverages. So we're going to have ski.
Oh.
You got to have
favorite.
ski. And, of course, tea, water, and all the other goodies that you would want. And the buffet and the social hour starts at 5 on that Saturday. And then at 6 o'clock, we have the alumni celebration. And this year, the 50th class is the class of 75.
Yep.
And the Toastmaster will be there. Mr. Zinn will be the speaker. And the Toastmaster, plus all the other classes that can be there. So the tickets are $25. And the tickets are available at Caleb's Sports and Trophies on Ohio Avenue in Wellston. And you can pick those up. Caleb's, they're open Tuesday through Saturday. They open 11 o'clock each day. And they'll be there to let you buy your tickets.
Awesome.
And it's a great event. So for all those at Wellston High School that have graduated, and for those that don't quite remember whether they graduated or not, you can still come.
How long have you been doing this for? How long have you been the president?
About 15 years.
Really? Wow.
The crazy part about this is that I only went to Wellston High School 1 year. I moved here from Reynoldsburg, Ohio.
Yeah.
My dad bought an orchard in Wellston, the old Swisher Starcher Orchard. And of course, he changed the name to Ponderosa. So I grew up from senior year through college, I always stayed there and worked the orchard. So I only went 1 year, but then again, me and all of my family, we've stayed, and only one of my children, my son Michael, does not live in Wellston, but the rest do. He joined the Navy, and after retired from the Navy, he settled in Wisconsin, right north of the Great Lakes base, where he worked for years and retired after its service. Anyway, so I've been close to Wellston, part of Wellston. My wife was mayor for 8 years and in Wellston. So even though I only went 1 year, I stayed. It's a good place. So once again, it's May 24th, the Wellston High School Alumni Banquet and celebration will take place at the Wellston Middle School. And 5 o'clock will be the start of the buffet and social hour. 6 o'clock, we'll have the alumni meeting and then our celebration. And you can get your tickets at Caleb's Sports and Trophies. That's on Ohio Avenue in Wellston. $25, such a deal.
Yes, that's
Try
awesome.
buying a prime rib dinner for $25 anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
With turkey on the side.
And ski. And ski.
And ski.
Yeah.
I almost forgot that part. And ski. So we want to thank all of our sponsors and the people that help with that. Because when we did upgrade to prime rib, we had some of local businesses help us with that extra expense. Because we don't make any money. We're a nonprofit. We just try to make the banquet happen. So anyway, we have that. And In just a few moments, we're going to be talking with our good buddy Pete Wilson all about news. Do we break or to just bring him in?
We'll break. Oh, we're bringing him in? Okay, we're just going to bring him in.
Okay, let's bring him in. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Hey, dude.
Hello, Mr. John. How are you doing?
Good.
Good to see you again.
Did you bring some news?
I do have some, yes.
But
there's always some.
I always
some, and there's some that I don't know about.
And I brought that.
I'd like to get it all, but I never get it all.
Well,
I know that.
What you didn't bring, I did.
Okay, well, good. I didn't know what you talked about ahead of time, but I know you've covered the Wellston alumni.
Like the Wellston alumni, we also covered the Jaja Beer Garden that's happening at the Wild Turkey Festival over at the Hotel MacArthur.
That's a new thing.
Right, and it's a fundraiser for Hotel MacArthur. The Vinton County Convention and Visitors Bureau is doing this. So you can go to the festival, and then you can walk over to the beer garden and sit, relax, and refresh, and then go back for some more.
And the Hotel MacArthur's right there on the corner.
That's right.
Right in the midst of the festival. I think they're going to have it set up so there's a little bit of a separation there.
Right.
But it's there.
It's there.
It's there, and I'm glad the CVB folks came to talk to us about that.
It was Tiffany Klein and Audie Games who stopped by. And then earlier, Jennifer Littlejohn talked about the event happening this Saturday. And that's the Raised Around Rio Farmers Market and, of course, Artesian Market as well.
Okay.
And that's going to be happening Saturday, and that'll be from, I think, 10 to 2.
Right. Okay. Well, I tell you what, John, you've been around the local area long enough that, when the calendar turns to May, and that's tomorrow, by the way, May the 1st.
I know.
Can you believe we're there already? May Day? But when it turns to May,
is that May the 4th be with you day?
That might be it. That might be it.
Not quite sure.
That might be it. There is so much that goes on in our local communities. A lot of it's centered around the schools or school-related events,
Right.
and so it really keeps us hopping here on the media side. And one of the things that I've always done when I've been editor of the local newspapers, whenever the local schools announce the honor graduates for each of our high schools, I believe that they deserve special treatment. I always see that we put their pictures on the front page, because a lot of times if your picture's on the front page, it might not be a good thing. And if your picture's on page 2, that's probably not very good. Because
I was honored in my senior year.
You were?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was the only student at Wilson High School to receive detention for life.
Oh my!
So
I'm not going to ask what you did.
That's a different story.
I'm not going to ask what you did to deserve that. But remember, boys will be boys, right?
So at the alumni banquet, Sadie Ford, who was the secretary then.
I know Sadie.
When I was going in high school, 1965, 66. Of course, she actually ran the school. Not too many people. I mean, there was a superintendent.
I kind of got that. I was a student teacher for 1 year at Wellston a long time ago, and I kind of got that impression.
Yeah, I mean, there were principals and superintendents, and they feigned to be in charge. But Sadie was
there through them all, right?
So at the banquet, Sadie sits beside me because I'm still serving detention.
Okay, you have no probation for Mr. Pelletier. All right, but speaking, of the honor students, the first batch of honor students that reached my desk and that are on the front page of today's paper, the way. So you want to pick that up, especially if you have connections to the Oak Hill School District and Oak Hill High School. There were 5 valedictorians and 1 salutatorian named at Oak Hill High School. Valedictorian is the top ranking, salutatorian is the second ranking, and they will be spotlighted when Oak Hill High School has its graduation. And by the way, that's going to be on Friday, May the 16th at 8 o'clock, and they do it outside at Davis Stadium. But working with Adrian over there, we want to show the pictures of our honor students. And also say just a little bit about them, all right? But in the paper, we have more about them, a little bit of a profile, because they have really earned their time in the spotlight.
You betcha.
Okay, that is Caleb Chambers. He is the son of Charles and Rachel Chambers. He will be attending Miami University to pursue a degree in chemical engineering. Good luck, Caleb, on that one.
You betcha.
All right, but he's an honor student, so he's gonna do it.
He's got this.
Okay, that young lady there on the screen is Isabella Lunsford, also known as Belle, I think. She is the daughter of Buck and Megan Lunsford. She is the salutatorian at Oak Hill High School. She plans to attend the University of Rio Grande and enroll in the traditional registered nursing program, that academic track. And she's also going to be a cheerleader there.
Okay.
And if you recognize her beyond just Oak Hill, hang back there, Adrian. If you recognize her beyond Oak Hill, because I want everybody to take a good look at her, that is also the 2004 Jackson Apple Festival Queen.
Okay.
So she got some notoriety for that as well, but she's now getting some publicity because she's smart as well as pretty.
Yes.
All right, we move on. This is Joseph Anaby. He is the son of Sarah Friddle. After undergraduate, he plans to attend graduate school on the track to be a pharmacist. Now, Joseph Anaby, I recognize him. And when we had him in the paper this past school year, and he's still, his school year is still continuing for another couple weeks, he was always sweating because he played football and basketball. Okay. I'm not sure about spring, but he was one of the better athletes as well as being obviously real smart as well. So congratulations to him. All right, next, that is Cassidy Sickles. She is the daughter of Jason and Bethany Sickles. She plans to attend the surgical tech program at Buckeye Hills Career Center. So congratulations to Cassidy Sickles. Right, that is Maggie Smittle. She is the daughter of Wendy Wood, who I happen to know is a teacher there at Oak Hill High School. Maggie is going to attend Ohio University as a history major, but then after that, she's going to stay in school and try to be a lawyer. She's going to go to law school.
Oh, wonderful.
So good luck and congratulations to Maggie. All right, next, that is Walker Fobel. He is the son of Ryan and Beth Fobel. He plans to attend Marshall University down in Huntington, West Virginia. He's going to study biochemistry, and his aspirations are then to go to pharmacy school. Okay. So that is Walker Fobel. And Walker, by the way, is one of the top cross-country runners and track distance runners in school history. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not quite done yet, but he is an outstanding athlete and runner. Mm-hmm. So congratulations to Walker. I believe we covered them all, didn't we, Adrian? So I know I'm on track to get the graduates, the honor graduates from Vinton County High School. I also have them from Jackson High School, and I'll be getting them from Wellston High School too. So you can look in succeeding papers mm-hmm. for the front page spreads of these honor graduates. I think there's like 4 at Vinton County, 7 at Jackson, and we'll find out about Wellston later. We're working on that one as well. But in May, you have the school year coming to an end. We also make a big deal, John, about covering the graduations.
Right.
We go to the graduations. We cover them in depth. Usually, all the schools, I think, do this now. Instead of having a, quote, keynote commencement speaker, like maybe they did in past years, they put a spotlight on the students.
Okay.
And they let the honor students give very short speeches.
Okay.
So I think that's going to probably occur at each of the local schools. And one thing that I can tell you, just found this out this morning before we went on the air. Jackson has been outdoors for years at Alumni Stadium. Oak Hill in recent years has gone to Davis Stadium outside, and they each have an escape plan if they have to go indoors because of the weather. Wellston is still indoors as far as I know, but I just heard this morning that Vinton County High School, for the first time in recent history at least, is going to try to have an outdoor ceremony there at the football field.
Okay.
If not, they'll go inside to the gymnasium. But all that will be coming in future articles, pictures, spreads in the Telegram. Staying with the school stories, the Vinton County School Board recently hired a new superintendent. His name is Brad Silvas. But there was some other news at that school board meeting. It was just a week ago on Tuesday when this happened. They also said goodbye, or will be saying goodbye, to one of their top administrators, Miranda Smith. She's a young lady who is the principal. There's Miranda, principal at South Elementary. That's the elementary school just north of Hamden. She has been at South for 18 years. She's been the principal in recent years, and she lives, from what I understand, in the Alexander School District just up the road, and she is going to take a position there in that school district where she lives. So she will be leaving South Elementary at the end of the school year.
Yeah.
And I know she's very well thought of in the Benton County School District, and she was very generous with her time when Red Thompson Jr., our staff writer who covers Benton County, covered that school board meeting. And he did actually a video with her. I think you can still see that there on the Telegram Facebook page. So some other new educators that were hired at that meeting, I don't have their picture to show you, but they were Hayden Runans, Kyra Pridemore, Sarah Rischel, Zachary Thomas, and of course, the hire that made the headlines, Brad Silvas, the new superintendent. He will be replacing the retiring Rick Brooks at the end of the current school year. I believe that Mr. Silvas will start at the beginning of June.
Okay.
And he comes to the Benton County School District, as we've already reported, where he was superintendent at Marietta most recently. All right, speaking of Oak Hill, we're back down south again. This is a big project. You got Davis Stadium, wonderful stadium. Fundraising made that stadium possible, plus a huge donation from the late Evan Davis.
Right.
That's why they call it Davis Stadium. Well, even though it's still like a new stadium, the scoreboard needs replaced. And so they have plans to get a new scoreboard for Davis Stadium, a video scoreboard. You know, they keep getting more fancy all the time, moving parts and all like that, videos up on the scoreboard. That is the current scoreboard, but they're planning on getting a video scoreboard at Oak Hill. It's contingent on getting sponsors. They have some school money for it, not a lot, but what they want to do is sell sponsorships. I think if at Jackson you can see this, there's a lot of sponsors on the scoreboard. So what they plan on doing is to get sponsors to help pay for the scoreboard, and then over time, they'll pay for the complete scoreboard by the continuing sponsorships, in future years and so forth. So this was discussed at the March school board meeting, and so, it's an ongoing project. But they voted to allow the superintendent and treasurer to proceed and negotiate the purchase of a new football scoreboard. So this is something that's in the works. They hope to secure sponsorships for advertisements that will cover the costs associated with the purchase, installation, and any ongoing maintenance of the scoreboard. So that is another resourceful way to try to pay for what I am sure is a very expensive scoreboard. And no tax money that way, if they can get it this way. Still about Oak Hill, another story on Oak Hill. There's a couple down in Oak Hill that have been so involved in community activities. Both of them are retired educators. Richard Hamilton was a guidance counselor at Oak Hill High School for many years. Judy Hamilton, who used to be Judy Ruth when she lived here in Jackson and graduated, Judy Hamilton now, she was a home economics teacher in Oak Hill. They both retired, but as soon as they retired, they became even more active in the community. And one of the groups that they have helped is the Oak Hill Area Chamber of Commerce. And the picture that Adrian's put up there, on the left you have Richard Hamilton, in the middle you have Judy Hamilton, and sitting there on the right, that is Curtis Strickland, who has been the president of the Oak Hill Area Chamber of Commerce for quite a few years. And the reason that we're showing you the Hamiltons, outside of the fact they deserve a lot of credit for all their volunteer activity, Judy, by the way, has been the longtime secretary of the Chamber of Commerce. The Hamiltons have retired. Both of their kids have graduated and they're adults. James lives here in Jackson, and Renee, I think I said her name right, she lives in the Dayton area. She is married and they have, I think, 2 grandkids. The Hamiltons are going to move to the Dayton area to be near their daughter and son-in-law and those 2 young grandkids.
Oh, yes.
So the bad side of that is we are losing, and the Oak Hill area in particular is losing the Hamiltons as residents and volunteers. They've already sold their house, and so it's in the works. The picture there that we put up was at the last Chamber of Commerce meeting, and Judy announced then that would probably be their last meeting because, they're in the process of making that move west over to the Dayton area. But I personally want to congratulate them because being in the position that I am as editor of the paper, I know how much they've done in front of the scenes and behind the scenes to be good, very good community members. Okay, you talked with the CBB folks from Vinton County about the beer garden.
Sure.
But on the broader picture, of course, the Vinton County Wild Turkey Festival, you know, it's been there 41 years now.
I know.
I bet you remember when it started,
I
right?
remember the first one. I remember broadcasting from the first one. So
Right. Well, you know, I'm kind of remembering 41 years ago. I think we weren't young then when the doggone thing started.
Come on, Pete.
Okay. Well, maybe younger for sure. But
We
anyway,
can tell them we're young.
I know. But anyway,
Broadcast,
we got experience.
I got a pass from 5th grade to go in and broadcast.
Okay.
No, that didn't happen.
I bet it wasn't digital, though, was it?
No, it wasn't.
All right. But the 41st Vinton County Wild Turkey Festival starts on Thursday. And we've got a lot of publicity, advanced stories about the festival in general that was in Wednesday's paper. And, of course, it's online on our website, thetelegramnews.com. And we have an overall story on the front page. We have a story dedicated to the entertainment on the on one of our back pages in color. So you learn a lot about it there. We've also run the schedule, too. But it all starts on Thursday.
Right.
And it runs through Sunday. Opening ceremonies will be at 5 p.m. There at the main stage. The Vinton County High School Band will play. And then the big day, of course, most of these festivals that run into the weekend is Saturday. There'll be things going on all day. They'll have the Grand Parade on Saturday night. They'll have the crowning of the new royalty on Saturday evening as well. And, of course, entertainment right after the Queen's crowning. So all that to look forward to in Vinton County, where, of course, we've covered it as a preview type coverage, and we're going to be there to cover the festival. Till the Telegram will be. I know that the radio stations, I believe the broadcast will be on WYRO. They will be doing remote broadcasts, I understand, each day. So look for coverage, live coverage from the Turkey Festival, coverage on the back end in the newspaper of the things that happen, lots of pictures for sure. And also, I'm sure that maybe we'll have some coverage there on next week on Main Street TV of what the folks out front do covering the festival, whether it's newspaper or radio.
And you mentioned it starts Thursday, but it's more immediate than that. It's tomorrow.
That is.
It's tomorrow.
Thursday is tomorrow.
Whoa.
That's right. And it's if you haven't been there before, I urge you to check it out. Just if you're coming from Wellston or Jackson or Oak Hill, just stay on State Route 93. Keep driving 16 miles from here, and you'll run right into it. You'll run right into it. So typical festival, a lot of things on the Midway, a lot of good food, a lot of community groups have booths and all like that. And so it's going to be very good again, and we salute the Wild Turkey Festival Committee for all the work that they do. All right. We also want to remind everybody that tomorrow is the National Day of Prayer, and it is observed locally, both in Jackson and Wellston. And in the past, they've also had a day of prayer in Vinton County. I've tried to track down some information to confirm when and where they're going to do it. In the past, it's been on Thursday around noon at the courthouse. I think they're probably doing it again, but I haven't been able to get an answer from someone who's done it in the past. So I'm qualifying my remarks on it. I don't want to leave them out, but I don't have any details. But here locally, in Jackson, it will be 7 p.m. at the Jackson Area Family Activity Center, starting at 7 p.m. It will be the Jackson Ministerial Association and some members of an ad hoc committee that have done this for about 25 years here in Jackson. More recently, there's been also a National Day of Prayer program in Wellston. I believe your wife got that kicked off many years ago.
12 years ago.
When she was the mayor.
Right.
And today, or this year, it will be at the Life Source Apostolic Church. Officer Jay, you noticed I didn't say his last name.
Yadornicek.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Michael Yadornicek.
Right, and he's got a lot on his plate, trying to get blue better and all like that.
I know.
But He is the organizer, and he'll be a part of that. I understand you'll be there as well.
Yes.
That John has to be there for a religious event for sure. I think you're going to be doing a prayer, maybe a welcome. I'm not sure. Is that right?
The welcome, yes.
Okay.
And a prayer.
And you'll be doing that. So that's at 7 p.m. there at the church. That is on 110 Driving Park Road. You just turn right off 93 or 13th Street like you're going to the fair. You can't miss that big church building. So that's at 7 p.m. on Thursday as well. And we will be, the Telegram will be at both events covering that as well. Tomorrow, we also want to tell you in downtown Jackson, it's going to be bustling. A couple things are going to be happening. The Jackson Sidewalk Market, it's a lot of businesses downtown that participate in that. They do it usually on the first Thursday of each month, at least during the good weather months. But they'll be back again next year, the Jackson Downtown Association. Local businesses, a lot of them will be participating with special deals and activities, extended hours. There'll be lots of street vendors. I am surprised how many businesses are online now, and this is their opportunity to have a physical presence. They'll be out there, a couple food trucks in addition to the downtown restaurants.
Sure.
Sometimes you have entertainment there as well, but it's from 6 to 9 down there. It will happen to dovetail with the opening night reception for this month's exhibit at the Marquet Cultural Arts Center, which is downtown as well. It's going to be, John, this is interesting. It's going to be, it's called Pixel Photography, and what that is it's all on cell phones. Because everybody takes pictures on their cell phone, but now this shows you how well you do that. So there's going to be a display of cell phone photography. That's at 7 p.m. as well. And there, it's not only is it a display in the gallery, but there's a contest involved with that as well. We'll be there to cover that. Okay. Just in case you've forgotten, there is an election this year. There's a primary election. There's not a lot of things on the ballot, but there's some things. In Jackson, there is a city income tax issue on the ballot. In Vinton County, there is a countywide levy for the 911 communications system as well. There is a state constitutional amendment that everybody can vote on. I'm guessing the turnout may be light because we don't have a lot of candidates involved, but nonetheless, there is an election on May 6th, and we will be live covering that, on the radio on WKOV. Both the Jackson County and Vinton County Elections Board have extended hours. Today, for instance, you could have gone in as early as 7:30 a.m. and you could go in as late as 7:30 p.m. So extended hours will go through the week and into next weekend. You can even go in on Saturday or Sunday. You have no excuse not to get out and vote if you're trying to say, I don't have time, or when they're open, I'm working, or something like that.
You got it.
All right. And you mentioned the Wellston High School alumni. I'm on the Jackson High School Alumni Committee, the Ironman Alumni Committee, and we're also working to try to make May 24th happen. And one of our pillars, Vicki Howell-Williams, who she's the current secretary, and she's been the secretary for a long time. She is the heartbeat of our alumni committee, no matter who else is on that committee or who the president is. By the way, her daughter is the president now. But anyway, we are working on our event as well. And Adrian, if you got that picture of the alumni committee sales with Earl LeMaster, there you go. I wanted to show this picture. Give Vicki credit. That's her on the left. Vicki Howell-Williams, graduate of the class of 1969. She is selling a ticket to Earl LeMaster. A lot of people know Earl in the county, not only in Jackson. He and his wife, the late Ruth LeMaster, lived out in Soda Township and was a major farmer in Jackson County for many, many, many years until they finally sold their farm not all that long ago. Well, Earl lives at Jackson Assisted Living now, Holzer Assisted Living there next to the hospital. Earl never misses an alumni reunion program, and that is Vicki selling him a ticket for The Happening. The Happening is the party that the alumni committee has after the program. So what we do is we have a program at the middle school that'll be at 5:30 p.m. Hall of Honor, where we induct very well-deserving people that get picked by two committees. That'll be at 4:45. That'll run right into the alumni program, and then after a short break, 7:30 p.m. out at the Parks Edge Event Center, which is a great venue for a party. Lots of space, lots of chairs, lots of tables. all alumni and their guests and the general public can come to the happening. It will be from 7:30 to 10:30. Tina King, after she does that prime rib dinner for you, she'll be doing a big buffet for us as well.
Good.
I can't imagine how busy that day will be for her.
It's a big day, I know.
But that will be at the Parks Edge Event Center, and tickets are $25 each. You do have to purchase those in advance because Tina King has to know how much food to cook,
Sure.
all right, or prepare. So that is coming as well. Last night, John, the Jackson High School baseball team was going to shoot for a record. We talked about this yesterday on Main Street TV. They have won 14 games in a row to start the season. Have not lost a game yet. If they won last night, they couldn't because of the weather.
Right.
It never did rain until 8 o'clock, but they thought it was going to, so
Right.
they canceled the game. They are scheduled to play tonight. I think the weather forecast is a little bit more favorable, even though it's still cloudy out there. Jackson is hosting Chillicothe tonight. If they beat Chillicothe, no sure thing, big school, but if they beat Chillicothe, that'll be 15 wins in a row to start the season, and that will be a record broken that goes all the way back to 1965. Where were you in 1965?
Well, I was close.
Okay.
I was here.
All right, 1965. So good luck to Coach Josh McGraw and the Ironmen tonight. But that's some of the things that are going on. We have another paper out, John, today. It already hit the streets, and we have a lot in it. We have some law enforcement stories in it that we've already talked about on Main Street TV. We have all that advanced information about the Wild Turkey Festival. We have a picture of some of those main people that were main players in Make Wellston Beautiful that ran the recreation program for 10 years, until the city could take it back over. They deserve so much credit. They were the honorees at the Wellston Sports Parade last Saturday. And so, their picture is on the front page as well. We've got those Oak Hill honor graduates on the front page as well. Todd Compston, our sports editor, aided by Red Thompson Jr., who does both news and sports, has a lot of sports news, 2 full pages of sports news in that paper as well. And we have another thing that is on there too. I'll maybe talk more about that either tomorrow or the next day because there's a little bit of time to do that. The Hope Methodist Church of Wellston is trying to replace their historic pipe organ.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether you knew that or not. That's expensive to do.
It is. They are.
So, they're raising money, and they're going to have a fundraising event this Saturday. Okay. So we'll talk about that. And there is a feature story in our Saturday paper about that situation. We appreciate John Stabler, who gave us that information. Jeremiah Shaver went over and took some pictures to show exactly what they're talking about there. So that's going as well. And I think we have about 15 or 20 community events all spread throughout the paper. I tell you, this is one of my pet peeves. Anybody, I don't care whether they're young or they're old, if they say there's nothing going on around here, they are nuts. They either don't know, don't care, or they don't read the paper. Because there is something for everyone.
Okay. I was just checking to make sure your soapbox didn't crumble.
Right. Well, every now and then we have to make that point, John.
That's true. Are you done already?
I've worked through my stack.
Okay. I do have some of the stuff you forgot.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and cover that.
And I think some of this is very important stuff.
I'm sure that it is. Like I told you, I get a lot of news, but I don't get it all. I know that.
There's a new website out now called Unhinged Marriage Hacks. Have you looked at it?
I had not seen that one yet.
Well, what it does is gives people who have been married and they need a little boost in their marriage, gives them some ideas, some hacks to do it. And I thought I would share some with you. Mm-hmm. One lady says that she goes out and buys gift cards and stashes them away. And every time she wants to go out to eat and her husband just doesn't want to go out to eat, she'll take one of those gift cards and say, "Oh, by the way, I have a gift card that we got for Christmas." And he goes out and eats.
Oh, my. I like that deal.
Okay, another one comes here. It says, this couple, whenever they get into an argument, they put on party hats.
Okay.
They say it's really hard to stay mad at someone when they got a party hat
That's
on.
not, we laugh, but that's not a bad idea.
That's really.
You take a look at somebody you're a little peed with, and
That's
they
right.
got a party hat on.
And of course, the most extreme piece of advice was that the lady who kept threatening to divorce her husband because he wouldn't do this, wouldn't do that, she finally divorced him.
Okay.
And then remarried him again, but just to prove that she would actually go through with it.
Okay. All right. Well, you got to put something behind your words or they don't mean anything.
And there's another thing that I'd like to share with you, the hypothetical question that has been going around social media forever and ever and ever. Which one would win the fight? A gorilla or 100 men?
I'll take the gorilla.
You take the gorilla?
Yeah.
Well, according to this website, they posted on X that they need 100 men to find out if this is true.
Okay.
And what they're finding is that most of the people who submit names of the men who to fight the gorilla are from the ex-girlfriends.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You got me on that one again.
All right. So anyway, maybe they'll pull it off, and we'll find out who's the winner: the 100 men or the gorilla.
You'll have to let me know on that one.
I'll certainly do that. Hey, Pete, thanks.
Yeah, you are very welcome, sir, and thank you
it.
so much for coming in and sitting in for Jennifer.
I know it's a tall order, but
Right.
I enjoyed it. Thank
Right.
you.
We hope she had a good day too.
Yeah, we do too. Again, thank you for being part of Main Street TV on this Wednesday. And as we sign off, we're getting ready to start a brand new month, the month of May. Once again, blessings. Have a good day. Bye for now.